Okay, so chat, I have watched it a total of 3 times. I watched it 3 times. Oh my god. Okay, so yes, 3 times, chat. I watched it 3 times. Yes, I would love to watch it again for the 4th time. It's just because I loved it so much. I loved it. I loved it so much that I knew I needed to like watch it as many times as I can in a movie theater. Cause I know this isn't gonna be forever. I know they're gonna remove it soon. So I had to watch it again in the theaters. Did we all say hi to YouTube? Hello! Hello YouTube! Welcome in, welcome in! This is my Sonic Movie 3 review. Heads up everyone, I am not a reviewer. I don't usually review things, but I absolutely adored Sonic Movie 3. As a Sonic fan, I give it a 9 out of 10. Pretty much a perfect movie in my end, but of course there are some like tidbits that I will be honest about. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love the movie, and I usually give movies like a 7 out of 10. Like I said, as a Sonic fan, I loved it. I loved it. I loved everything about it. So, the beginning part with Shadow, I thought his intro was really good. My only concern was like, well, if only a certain few people knew about where he was, why did Gunn know about it? Like, Gunn, they made it seem like only a few people knew about it, but it was obvious that a lot of people knew about it. And I will say, I was kind of hoping that either Eggman or Agent Stone, you know, like saved Shadow. But I can understand in a movie's perspective why they didn't really go that route. But I thought Shadow's introduction was amazing. Like, guys, I already started tearing up with the Live and Learn acoustic guitar. Like, what? I kind of had a feeling that that Live and Learn was gonna be in the movie. I could be wrong, but I think Crush 40, like, I think Johnny kind of confirmed it before he sued. But yeah, I thought Shadow's introduction was really good. I loved it. Oh, wait, guys, you guys know how much I hate Tails? I will say, I absolutely loved him. I absolutely loved Tails in this movie. He was so cute. Aww. Tails was so cute in this movie. I don't know why. He was so cute. Finally, no Tails erasure. I will happily accept movie Tails. I loved their whole dynamic. I will say I was a little worried they weren't going to focus on Knuckles and Tails as much in this movie. Cause you know, judging from the first 2 films, I thought they were gonna be like a balanced ratio of like, you know, the alien hedgehogs and the humans. But they didn't do that. They honestly focused a good bit on Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' relationship in Shadow, which I thought they pulled off phenomenally. Like, I loved seeing their whole dynamic. It was so cute. It was so cute. Ah, the Tokyo scenes! Oh my god, the Tokyo fight, so good. So good. Neon lights, yes. Sonic saying the thing.
Talk about low-budget flights, no food or movies. I'm out of here.
God, I'm out of here. Like, I knew it was a very in-your-face reference, but guys, I loved it. I screamed. I screamed when he said the line. The whole theater was losing it? Really? Y'all, I'm sad. I did not get a hyped theater at all. I don't know why. Well, not me just being the only one. I feel like it was just me and my friend group that was hyped. Also, guys, Mystery Lady on the billboard, y'all. That was so cool. Like, I kept pointing at her. I was like, look, there she is! Mystery Lady, it's the Mystery Lady! The Chao Garden! Oh, guys, you have no idea how happy I was seeing Chao. Like, I absolutely love Chao's. I love the Chao Garden. Oh, I want your onions. Because I've seen a few people saying that they didn't really like how they portrayed the Chao's as like a touristy restaurant, like centered for kids kind of thing. Did you guys like it or not? Because personally, I thought it was great for how they pulled it off. Because I feel like if they kind of introduced Chao with all of its context, it would be a bit too much for a movie. But honestly, I was just so happy. I was just so happy they even got like that much screen time. It was so cute. I loved it. I was legit expecting that one guy to give them an Olive Garden gift card. Wait, really? Wait, did we not get an Olive Garden joke? Did we not get an Olive Garden joke in this movie? I don't think we did. Wait, that's crazy. I will say, I'm not gonna lie. What's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Walters. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't really like his acting. How he was talking to Sonic. And then, I don't know what it was. It just felt like, oh, I feel like he's not really into talking to puppets. But Agent Stone! Agent Stone coming in on a motorcycle! That was so hot! Why is he so hot? Yeah, the whole, like, Agent Stone scene and then them finding chubby Eggman. Oh! Something that Esper pointed out to me in our second viewing of the movie was that, there is an animation error. So, chat, you guys know movie Sonic Tails has a little backpack. It's really cute. He has a little cute backpack, right? He doesn't have it for a few seconds. And then they move it back to Eggman, and then they move it back to them, and he has his backpack again. It's like, oh! It's like, where did it go? Esper read the novelization of Sonic Movie 3, which I need to read because apparently they cut off a lot of stuff that was supposed to be in the movie. So apparently Eggman was supposed to be a streamer. Did you guys know that? Like, he kind of references it at the end of the movie, but we'll get to that soon too. Oh, there's 2 live stream deleted scenes? Really? I would sub to Eggman, yes. I would be Eggman's #1 simp. Because I already am. Eggman's #1 simp. Oh my god, Shadow Maria's flashback, guys. Can we talk about that now? Guys, what the hell? Did anyone else cry? Maria was No, I absolutely loved how they, like, characterized her. Like, she was kind of, like, mischievous and kind of, like, just trying to have fun and be a kid. Like, yes! Yes! I love that so much! Y'all, my camera died. So, they removed the whole space setting and the fact that Maria was sick. Did you guys like that choice or no? I personally thought they should have at least made her sick, because then it's like, well, why is she there with her grandpa? Instead, they just go like, oh, they take her everywhere. Like, Professor takes her everywhere. It's whatever. But at least make her sick. That way, there's more at stake there. But I mean, like, I don't mind. Yeah, I also don't mind the different interpretation. I thought it was different. It was a very like, oh, they're not in space. Very weird. It didn't really take away anything from like the story and like the effect like that it had and everything like that. I thought they could have at least made her sick. But either way, it was still really good. I thought her story was really nice. I absolutely loved how like her and Shadow's relationship was so cute. I think my favorite part was when Shadow was just like making that angry face at her, like and then she kind of just does it back, like, yes, that's so cute. I love that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they make Shadow like smaller? Like, I think they made him smaller for the flashback, which I think is a little weird because like because you know when they're out looking at the stars and like the whole time Shadow's like looking really cute. And then Maria's like, oh, Shadow, stars. And then Keanu's like, stars. Like, I couldn't help but laugh. Guys, how could I forgotten the most important part? Shadow is from Oklahoma. Oh, they also changed Shadow's origin too. I want to know what you guys think about his origins being changed. I honestly think it wasn't really the best decision, because it's like, oh, Shadow came from space and landed from Oklahoma, and then Shadow's like, well, I don't know where I'm from, and like, I don't know my home planet, I don't know where I'm from, maybe I'm a monster. But then it's like, for a regular viewer, they're just gonna assume like, okay, well, you're from Sonic's planet, because you're also an alien. Duh. Like, that's the impression that I got. Like, I could be wrong. I don't know if we're gonna get like a Shadow spin-off or like more information about Shadow's like backstory for the movies. But that was the impression I got, was that like, hey, they're all aliens. So him being from a comet in space, it's already it doesn't really give much information, if that makes sense. So I guess Gerald isn't gay anymore. Damn. I think it'll be related to Doom. I'm hoping for that, but I feel like they shouldn't have gone with the comet from outer space kind of trope, you know? I would have preferred if it was like Gerald was doing research on the ultimate life form and something and Shadow and he got space alien DNA. I would have preferred that. I think that's what I mentioned before the movie. But I still liked it. I mean, Shadow being from Oklahoma is still funny. Like, I will take that. Like, I love Shadow with 2 dads, but I will also accept Shadow being from Oklahoma. Yeah, I wish they could have changed a little bit from that, but I mean, I still enjoyed it. Like, okay, cool. As a Sonic fan, I know what it could imply, but if you're an average viewer with no knowledge of Shadow's backstory, I feel like you'd probably be a little confused. You know, a Sonic fan will go and be like, yes, Shadow is not from where Sonic is from. But a regular viewer, they're just gonna be like, alien? They're all aliens. Could be wrong, but like I said, that's just my onion about it. I was worried about how they're gonna interpret like Gerald still being alive, which they do go more in depth about in the novel. They kind of hint at it in the movie. So if you guys were wondering why Gerald is still alive, you know how Eggman licks like Sonic's quill and he goes bleh? Pretty much Gerald does the same thing, and it kind of just extended his life because of that. I think that was also cut due to time constraints, but I would have appreciated if they added it. Because it's like, okay, well, if he's over 100 years old, how? I did not expect them to have a Latina joke. There was a Latina joke. Not like the Latina joke that we always know, oh, I just love Latina Sonic. It's not like that. It was the fact that they kind of nodded towards it. I didn't expect it, and nor did I want it. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I didn't really want them to do a Latina joke. I'm glad they didn't really like directly hint at it or reference that joke. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm very picky, okay? No offense to people who enjoy the joke. I enjoy the joke too. Mimi, you forgot to talk about Shadow with a gun. I absolutely loved how they interpreted Shadow with a gun. Cause it's not really a gun, it's a laser gun, and I thought that was a smart way to interpret Shadow with a gun. I kind of just wished he had it longer? I don't know, it was just for that Tokyo scene, but it's okay, it's okay. So when they're breaking into the gun base, I didn't really like the fact that they had to sneak into it, only to have Knuckles break through the barrier. Like, okay, I can understand why they had to sneak into the base, but they made it seem like, okay, if you go through the barrier, you're going to die. And then at the end of that breakthrough, Knuckles just kind of smashes in. I guess it's because he's Knuckles, but I mean, still? Like, you know, it was still a fun little sneak into the building kind of segment. I still liked it. I liked how they interpreted the gravity thingies from Sonic Adventure 2. I liked it. I wish it was a bit more of a serious moment, though. Shadow hitting Tom by accident, and then Sonic being like, you hurt my dad! Sonic did not say dad once in this movie, and I kind of feel bamboozled. Because it's like, well, if you're gonna call Tom your dad in the second movie, why don't you call him dad in the third movie? I like their father-son relationship. I just feel like Sonic calling him dad is a bit too direct, and it's a little weird for me. It's still really cute, but personally I'm like, that's weird. Call him father. I absolutely loved Sonic and Knuckles' bickering. God, I low-key kind of wished they had their own little scuffle. I kind of wish, like, Sonic threw a punch or something. That would have been like, let's go, you know? Guys, I was so happy when Wade Whipple showed up. Wade, let's go, best character. I wanted him to be in the movie longer, but he got a whole show based off of him, so it's okay. I will say, if you're like a kid, or if you're just like someone who's just casually watching the movies, I feel like if you didn't watch the Knuckles show, you would probably have forgotten who Wade was. People are gonna be like, who's this guy again? Like, why does he have the Master Emerald? Ooh, now we're getting to the good part, y'all. We're getting to the good part. The meat, the juice, the Super Sonic! Super Sonic! I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how I would have felt if they did this, but was anyone else going like, Dark Sonic? I don't know. I was kind of getting that impression. No? Okay. Was it just me? I know there were some people talking about it, but that was so cool. He just went straight for Shadow. Okay. Ooh! Like I said, I watched it 3 times, and after my second viewing, everyone was like, wow, Supersonic was such a wimp. Okay, first, I will say, Shadow, like, knocking Sonic out of the super form, like, that was a very, like, for me, okay, sure, why not, I guess. I know a lot of people were like, Shadow can't, there's no way Shadow can knock Sonic out of his super form, but there's a lot of people going like, that's completely understandable. Like, of course Shadow could knock Sonic out of his super form. Like, I know there was like a lot of discussions about that. I don't really care, and a lot of people were saying that Supersonic was such a wimp, but when they're like knocking each other from like Greece to other continents, that was all Sonic. You guys can go watch it again. That was all Sonic. Sonic did all those moves. And then the final one where he hits Shadow all the way to the moon. Sonic had a good fight! I love the fight. The fight was really good. It did give me Dragon Ball Z vibes. Like, I don't watch Dragon Ball Z, but I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing that I got those vibes, because people like Dragon Ball Z, right? And oh my god, the Eggman fight. It was silly, but ooh! When Gerald turned to Eggman and was like, oh Ivo, you're no Maria. Oh my god! That was so mean! I genuinely felt horrible for Eggman. Yeah! I was a little confused on Eggman turning good. I don't know how I felt about that. I liked it because he's not good per se. It's kind of like how Eggman was in the actual game in Sonic Adventure 2. Like, Eggman just wants to rule the world. He wants to take over the world. He doesn't want to destroy the world. Like, that's his limit. Like, he wants to rule it. I thought them being direct with like oh, we're gonna destroy the world and we're gonna go along with it. And like Eggman realizing like, oh he wants to destroy everything, including us. Oh, okay. I really love Sonic and Shadow's moment on the moon. Yeah, no, Sonic doesn't know who Maria is. How is he talking to Shadow about Maria? You cried during that talk? Oh, I teared up, and then I heard Live and Learn, and then I started crying. Guys, that the hand grab. What do you boys call it? The dab me up? So good. Okay, we gotta talk about Gerald dying. Okay, I have a theory as to why his death was played off as a joke. I think just because, like, one, it's still kind of like a PG movie, so they kind of just played it off more funnily. I thought it was funny. It was so unexpected. Is that how they defeat him? I loved it. It was so good. Alright, let's backtrack before we go too far. The Supersonic and Shadow. God, the robots. Oh my god. The Chaos Spears. Y'all, I was screaming. I don't know, I was just like being such a fangirl in the theater. Okay, where are we? Shadow and Eggman sacrifice. I cried. I cried with Eggman's speech. Like I said, Eggman was a streamer, so him saying, oh, this is my last stream. That's why. Oh my god, I was also crying when Tails and Knuckles went to go save Sonic. I loved that moment for them. Like, oh god, it was such a cute moment. I cried. I was crying so hard. Like I said, I really love Tails, and I really love their whole trio dynamic in this movie so much. Because, like, you see Tails going after Sonic, but he's passing out too. And then Knuckles goes in and he grabs both of them. I was crying so much. It was so cute, guys. And then Eggman and Shadow exploded and died forever and ever, and they're never coming back. Paramount told me so. It was really cute. Them being reunited as a family. So cute. I loved it. Sonic didn't even say sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog. I feel like that's a missed opportunity. Alright, guys. Y'all wanna talk about the ending credits? You guys wanna talk about the ending credits now? Jelly roll, baby! No, I'm kidding. Let's talk about the first one. Metal Sonic. Let's go, baby! Let's go! I was screaming. I was screaming so hard. I was crying. I was shaking. I was shaking, chat! Oh my god! I'm gonna be straight up honest. I did not want Amy. I did not want Amy. I honestly didn't want Amy. I'll say it with my chest out. I did not want Amy. I absolutely love Amy. She is literally one of my favorite Sonic characters. Like, literally right next to Sonic. I love her. She's pink. I love her so much. But I was just worried. I was just worried about how they would handle Amy. Mostly just because, like, even with Metal Sonic, I don't think there would be as big of a hype as Shadow after the third movie. That's just my onion. Fine, you can give me all the potatoes. I don't care. Give me the potatoes. I will take the potatoes. But listen. I did say if I were to pick one character, I would probably prefer Metal Sonic. But even then, I wasn't sure what they would even do with Metal Sonic. Like I said, I absolutely love Amy, but like I just don't really see what they could have done at the end. You know, that was before I watched the third movie though. So after I watched the third movie, I loved it. I thought they handled it a lot better than the first two movies. Obviously, by far my favorite one. I don't know how they'll top this for the fourth movie, but like I said, as a Sonic fan, now I can see that they do have something in mind. If you guys saw it like only once, you guys probably didn't catch this. You know, there's like a group of Metal Sonics, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, because a lot of people didn't notice this at first, but there is a main Metal Sonic. There is one Metal Sonic that is blue, and the rest are like a lighter color. I think they're white, or if not white, more like a gray or a lighter blue. So there's gonna be a main Metal Sonic, which I'm like, okay, they got something planned. They got something planned then. There's something's going on. Okay, I got hope. Well, I got hope. I was like, okay. Because like I said, even with Metal Sonic, I wasn't sure how they would pull it off. I don't know what they'll do. So seeing that there was like more Metal Sonics, I was surprised. I was taken aback. I was like, okay, cool. The fact that we got Metal Sonic and Amy, I think it can go two ways. It can be Sonic CD, which I know there's a lot of Sonic CD fans out there, but I genuinely don't really see a story for the movie. But at the same time, it's like, well, they didn't really have a story based off of the games anyways. Does that make sense? Because I know they did an adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2, but even then, it wasn't like a complete one-on-one, you know? If they go with the Sonic Heroes route, just focusing on Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, maybe Shadow, okay! I'm open to that. I will say, I thought Amy looked adorable. It's funny because, like, I enjoyed Amy's design a lot more than Metal Sonic's design, because I'm not gonna lie, I hate when they just use generic Metal Sonic and they don't get creative with it at all. They could have done a bit more with Metal Sonic, tweak him up a bit, because he literally looks like he came from the game. I don't know what I want. Like I said, I'm very picky and I don't even know what I want. Those are my thoughts about the movie. Here are my negative thoughts about it. We'll just go through it. I do have like a small amount of negativity, which is why I gave the movie a 9 out of 10. I feel like the acting and some of the actors weren't really there this time. I felt like Commander Walters was talking to a brick wall. I felt like they just he was just reading his lines. I'm sorry. Commander Walters, if you're watching this. Oh, I'm not sorry. I don't know, like I haven't really seen anyone talk about this, but I kinda hate how Sonic looks. I think he just looks bizarre. Sonic looks bizarre. Like, I'm sorry, but he looks weird. Let me see, how do I explain this? And like, I don't care if it's like the lighting, I don't care. I don't care what you guys have to say, I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, but he looks awful. Uncanny Valley Sonic. Yeah, that's it. Okay, for starters, they made him way too bright of a blue. I had hope he was gonna look more like this. I thought he was gonna look more like this in the movie, but instead we got that. Do you guys see what I mean? The color grade, is that what it's called? I get it, he's out in London and it's bright and sunny, but like, you can even here he's like way too pale of a blue. He just looks off. I feel like it started with 2. With 2, he was still kind of odd looking. I feel like he looked his best in 1, I'm not gonna lie. People are saying like, oh, it's just Sonic's growing up. He's growing up. Look how tall he's getting. He's not getting tall. He is not getting tall. He's getting huge. He is looking like a freak. He just looked way too big. He looked way too big, in my opinion. He's meant to be small. Yeah, he's meant to be small, like in the first movie. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a reviewer. It's just my own opinions. I don't know. Maybe they have a reason for it. Maybe they are going like, oh, hey, Sonic's growing up. That's why he's looking bigger. I would have preferred this over that. Supersonic, I think he looks fine, but you know, that's just because he's glowing and all that stuff, so I can't really say. I think that was about it. Those are my only 2 onions. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I think that's all I have to say about the movie, but would love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you guys are watching on YouTube, comment below what you guys thought of the movie, and what did you guys think of my onions? Did you guys like my onions? You guys probably didn't like my onions. It's okay, I don't care. I don't like your onions. Subscribe.